welcome to another episode of Dependesplaining, the podcast. I am Veronica.
And I am Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast, Jen.
Oh, is that where we are? Here we are.
This is where we are. The podcast is a place. It's not a thing. It's a place. It's an actual place. You enter the podcast. Here you are. It's going to be great. And that's why we ask our listeners to send us their emails to the podcast, not at the podcast.
Yes. To it.
So, to it. At dependesplaining@gmail.com. To the podcast. Mm-hmm. Or, the podcast also has Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. It's its own entity, the podcast.
It is. It's just the podcast. The place.
Yeah. We're just lucky enough to be in the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are.
Right? I mean, I think this is working. This description of the podcast. For those of you that have never listened to a podcast and are currently listening to our voices, welcome to the cult.
Yes.
Of the podcast.
Just wait. You can order your murder water soon. It's your initiation.
No, free murder water with membership.
Yes.
Oh, initiation.
You must drink it on the 4th full moon in September under the twilight with shooting stars.
So what's going on, Jen?
Well, not a lot, actually. Just nothing. This is my life. Same old. It's
a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, same things every day.
Yeah, I feel like I have no life either. But there's no
pause for dramatic effect.
Nothing follows that but. Yeah, nothing follows that but. No, we got our household goods.
There you go. That's exciting.
It was like fucking Christmas, let me tell you.
Oh, yes.
It was so last minute. Kyle was like, okay, they're coming tomorrow. I was like, great. So I was having to move around all our loaner furniture and squeezing it into corners. And we got all our stuff delivered. Pretty much everything made it in one piece. There's a couple things that broke, but nothing really of value. They stacked, I think I told you this, but they took my cups, like my drinking cups, nothing fancy, just, regular plastic, like acrylic cups from Target, and they stacked them all one, they like nested them one inside the other with nothing in between them, and they were all stuck together, and I could not pry them apart. Yeah. Oh, wow. So I had a nice decorative tower of cups just sitting on my counter of like 6 cups. I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? And Kyle was like, did you try pulling them apart? And I was like, no, Kyle. I just stared at them like an idiot. Of course I tried to pull them apart. I was like, there are only drinking glasses. And I like soaked them in hot soapy water. I even put them in the fridge to see if they like, I don't know, things become smaller, right?
Yeah, sure.
In cold temperatures, it shrinks.
Yeah.
I don't
expand
know.
And shrink. Yeah.
Yeah. And my mom's like, can you stick them in the microwave? Because, it gets softer in the microwave. I was like, Mom, it's a tower of cups. I cannot stick it into the microwave. She's like, why not? I was like, because it doesn't fit. Well, how come? I was like, it's a tower of cups. Like, I can't. So I ended up having to toss them. I was like, great. I just spent $12 on nothing. So I don't have any drinking cups. If anybody wants to send me any drinking cups, please.
We can why don't we make drinking cups, and on the drinking cup we'll say murder water.
Murder water.
Brought to you by
Fill to this line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like it. I'll drink out of them because I don't have anything other than my coffee mugs and wine glasses, and can't drink water out of a wine glass.
No.
Stupid.
No. That's just silly. That's not what they're meant for.
Yeah. But yeah, we got all our stuff, and my house is coming along. Still have pictures that I can't commit to putting on walls.
I don't blame you.
I'm going to update that picture because my daughter's only 2 years old in that picture. And she is now about to be 6. It's like I need to update them. But everything else, here we are. I got my bed, and it was so magical that first night that I slept on it. I about cried. I was like, this is beautiful. It's so beautiful.
You
Yeah.
realize you just can't, you can't take for granted
No.
all the luxuries that you already have, because when they're gone and you gotta sleep on that fucking loaner furniture, man, it sucks. You want to complain about your mattress? No. Think about the loaner furniture.
The loaner furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say, the loaner furniture here was probably the best loaner furniture that we've ever used, because everything else was god awful. In England, it was horrible. It was like I was better off sleeping on a bed of rocks. Because, yeah, it was awful. And then just the hotels, I'm so over. I don't want to move again. Let's just put that out there right now. I don't want to move again. That was exhausting. I don't want to do it again.
You heard it now, folks. You heard it, but just wait. In like 2 years, Veronica's going to be like, all right, I'm ready. I'm ready for a new adventure. Yeah. Here we go.
I'm ready for a new adventure. I'm always up for an adventure. Yes. But right now I'm like, I don't want to move again. That was exhausting. It wasn't, I'll tell you, my kids were great. They're great travelers. It was an easy transition, everything. However, it was the whole having to quarantine everywhere we stopped, and it felt like just the amount of stops that we made and hotels we had to stay at. That was really exhausting. We had to ramen one place in Japan, and then we got to our final destination, and that was another ROM, and I don't want to do it again. Don't wish it upon my worst enemy.
No, definitely not.
So, anyways, that's that. Other than that, I've just been hanging out. The other day I told myself, oh, I'm going to hang up some pictures and clean the house. And then I found myself binging Keeping Up with the Kardashians while eating pirate's booty. And that seemed like a productive day to me. So.
Those are like my favorite days. That's, well, like I told you, I had a slight obsession watching Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, yeah.
For the last couple weeks. So that's some days, when it's just been a long day, I would literally just sit, I would turn on my show and eat a snack. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
That was me, what was it? Friday. Yeah, Friday. I was like, I'm going to do stuff today. Nope. Pirate's booty and Keeping Up with the Kardashians it was. And
Mental health
every
day.
Second of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are the best
and I
days.
told myself that today too. Well, I was like, today I'm going to sit down and watch the Oscars, right? Because that was on Hulu. I was like, I'm going to watch this. And then my friend texted me. She's like, hey, do you want to go to this store? And I was like, heck yeah. My butt had literally just hit the couch. And I'm like, let's go. Let's go spend money. Yeah. But I needed it. I needed curtains for my bathroom, or else people were going to keep seeing me naked from the beach. I don't think people want that. So, nobody wants to see that. If I take a late night shower, the people down at the beach can see me. So
it's a beach and a show. Beach and
a show. Yeah. Yeah.
Veronica, you just need to replace your bathroom light with a red light, and then they'll understand. Like, oh, okay.
Oh my God! Only if you've been to Europe. More specifically, Amsterdam. Yeah, they're gonna be like, no, go away. Here's money. Put it away, lady. Put it back on. Put it away.
No.
Yeah. And I was like, I got curtains now. Don't worry, people. Sorry. No. I had pillowcases hanging from the bathroom window to cover up as much as I could. And then I had a couple plants outside, but I don't think it was doing the job. Also, they were dark pillowcases, so there wasn't that much light coming in. So I took care of it. Everybody wins in this situation. Yeah.
You have to get creative sometimes. It's okay.
Sometimes, yeah.
Smart. And that was Veronica's whatever we're gonna call it. What? Why can't I think
Peep
of
show.
words when I'm on the spot, like, ever?
Veronica's
Veronica's
Peep Show.
Creative Corner.
Creative Corner. Beep doo boo. Like that?
Yeah.
It has a soundtrack.
Beep doo boo 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 doo.
Beep doo boo boo boo. Creativity.
Veronica's Creative Corner.
Today, I'm going to show you how to use craft scissors, not just for cutting anymore.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, I don't have anything else going on, Jen. Don't let me go on a rant because it's going to go off the walls right now.
I know. It happens. Sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are.
Sidebars.
Yeah, always. Oh, and side note, I don't know if anyone else will be able to hear this. Hopefully not, but I hear it in my headphones. There's some weird scraping type noise going on in my house right now, and I don't know what it is.
Oh.
I don't know if it's Dave working out. I don't know if it's a child running a Hot Wheels car along the wall. I don't know what's going on right now. So, sorry if it's there.
Well, I can hear
sorry.
children down at the beach, so...
Yeah, we're just going to have a lot of awesome background noises. So, enjoy.
Yeah. And we live, like, so close to the runway, too, so every now and then you will hear a fighter jet flying over us. And we're so close that I can see the pilot's face.
Oh,
I'm not even joking, yeah. Yeah, they fly so low because they're getting ready to land, and we're just right here.
Yes.
And we're in the flight path, and we can see their faces. It's really cool.
Oh, weird.
So we can see, like, the Patriot Express, the rotator.
Yeah. Oh,
it comes in on a certain day, on a certain time.
Yep.
And I always wave. And I'm like, hey, welcome to my undisclosed location that I don't like to say. And I wave
One day you could be waving at us.
One day, maybe you're on the flight, right? Meow. And you're like, oh shit, that's me. I am. Look, she's waving. Look out to your right side, on the right side of the aircraft. There I am from my balcony waving at you.
There you are.
Welcome.
There I am. We are
Welcome. Yes. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
One day.
Okay, Jen. Let's get to it. Come on. I'm ready to hear your story. I want to know where the murder water flowed this week.
Well, I will tell you where this murder water has flowed today. And it is not in North Carolina. It is in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, Fort Carson.
Oh. Which I highlighted.
You did.
Many few episodes ago. Sounds beautiful.
You did. If you all are interested in knowing more about Fort Carson, yes, Veronica did a wonderful base highlight on that in an earlier episode, so you can go check that out. But otherwise, here we are. I am going to get us into the murder of Army Specialist Brandy Fonteneaux. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
Give it to me. Give me your murder water.
Somebody was drinking the murder water. So, Army Specialist Brandy Fonteneaux grew up in Houston, nurtured by 3 sets of parents. Bevanlee Thomas, who was her aunt, Verona Fonteneaux, who was her biological mother, along with Bevanlee Thomas's sister, and then also her grandparents. So she had 3 sets of people that took care of her growing up. Brandy Fonteneaux had a nurturing personality. When her track teammates at Texas Southern University grew discouraged, she would say, hey, let's just give it our best. So she, like all that we know, had this bright, sunny, wonderful personality. Just a wonderful, all-around great person.
Mm-hmm.
So, she got a degree in... Damn it. You know what? I looked this up, trying to figure out how to say it. I don't know why my brain looks at this word, and my brain can't process how you pronounce it. But I'm going to try it. So she got a degree in kinesiology.
Oh, kinesiology. Yeah, the
Thank
study
you.
of how the body moves. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. See, my brain's just like can't put the letters together to form the word. Here we are. Kinesiology from Texas Southern. And then she joined the Army in 2009 to help pay off her college loans. All the while, she remained close with her family. Brandy was stationed at Fort Carson in Colorado and was a part of the 4th Engineer Battalion as a food service specialist. She spoke with her family daily by phone, text, or Skype calls up until Saturday, January 7th, 2012, when no one from her family heard from her. Her family, Brandy's family, notified officials at Fort Carson and asked them to check in on her. Because she was a regular call. She called them every single day and talked to them. So obviously that's right there, red flag already.
Right.
Yes. So when the officials walked into Specialist Fonteneaux's room, it's not what they expected to see at all.
Okay.
Brandy Fonteneaux, her body was found lying in a pool of blood. She had been stabbed to death in her barracks room in Fort Carson, which they found her January 8th, 2012. Her shirt and her bra were pushed up to her neck as well, but there was no signs that showed that she'd been sexually assaulted. An autopsy revealed that she was stabbed 74 times.
Oh my God.
Let that sink in. 74 times. On top of that, she was also choked to death.
Oh my God.
Brandy was only 28 years old. So, blood found on a fellow Fort Carson soldier named Sergeant Vincent Jackson was found on the car in a nearby parking lot, which led investigators to his room in the same barracks on the first floor. The authorities said Jackson was found lying face down in his room, bloody from cutting himself, and had taken medication.
To, commit suicide?
It was assumed, but not actually ever verified if that's what he was doing.
It just sounds like it if he had cuts on himself.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like it was a suicide attempt, but they didn't. You can only assume. They don't have actual evidence or confession from him saying that that's what he was doing. So, Army Sergeant Vincent Jackson, who was 40 at the time, was also assigned to the 4th Engineer Battalion in the 576th Engineer Company. He was a combat engineer. According to Brandy's family, Sergeant Jackson would confide in her about his crumbling marriage. But when Brandy's family asked her if they had a romantic relationship, she replied, no, he's married and he's too old. She's not into that type of thing. And, she's very close with her family, so her family's like, well, of course, I believe what she says. She's not going to hide something like that from us.
Sure.
Sergeant Jackson was deployed to Iraq for 5 months in 2005 to 2006. So this is a little bit of background of his time in the Army. He went to Iraq again in February of 2009 for about 2 months. And then he was sent to Afghanistan for nearly a year. So he's been in a lot of first-hand war.
The front line, yeah.
Yeah, right in the front lines of everything. It was said that Jackson received the Purple Heart, but the details of his injury were unavailable, so nobody really knows why he got it, but he did. After authorities found Jackson. They saw the blood, which led them to his room. They took him in, for questioning and all this. Sergeant Jackson was then officially charged with murder and premeditated murder in the death of Army Specialist Brandy Fonteneaux. Jackson was then also court-martialed in December of 2012, so almost a year since her murder, where they were finally able to court-martial him. Going into the trial, it was argued by defense and prosecutors not whether Jackson committed this murder. He had already confessed to, basically, but whether it really was premeditated or not. So that was another thing.
Oh.
They already know that he did it.
Right.
He pretty much confessed to the police that he did it. But they're trying to get him off of the premeditated charge. The defense's story states that Jackson was on autopilot when this happened. He had downed 3/4 of a bottle of whiskey that night, plus antidepressants, which left him unable to control his own actions.
That is not autopilot. Autopilot is something that you do on the regular, like you drive to, the school every day or whatever.
Yeah, and you don't think about
is
it.
Not somebody's autopilot.
Right. Right.
That's so stupid.
I know.
What a stupid claim.
That's why I have a lot, well, not a lot, but I have discussions that I want with you at the end of it. I'm almost done. This is actually pretty short, but just because of this whole, none of it, their whole defense, to me, doesn't make sense, but here it is. So he did all that. They state he then went around trying all the doors in the barracks until he came upon Brandy's unlocked room. So everyone else had locked doors except for her. And he just so happened to be, an acquaintance. They were never actually friends. They didn't really hang out, but they knew each other.
Okay.
So, All
right.
Jackson confessed to waking Brandy up in her room, putting his arm over her mouth, and slashing her throat. He then repeatedly stabbed her from behind, and then flipped Brandy over and continued stabbing her. Again, she was stabbed 74 times from the head to the chest, her arms, I think maybe her legs I saw too, but her back had the most stabs. I remember that one, she had 43 stab wounds to her back.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Testimony states that Jackson then choked Brandy to put her out of her pain and suffering. But whether that was planned or not was up for debate. Defense argues that there's no evidence that he planned to kill Brandy. And it was just that Sergeant Jackson had a knife with him and he just snapped.
Okay.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't like it. But the prosecutors believe that Jackson knew where he was going and he deliberately went to Specialist Fonteneaux's room. Mm-hmm. I mean, he knew her, so I don't know. So after several hours of deliberation, a panel of 8 soldiers, because remember this is a court-martial, so found Sergeant Vincent Jackson guilty of murder, but acquitted of premeditated murder.
Okay.
Yeah. Jackson was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. They don't know at the time how long he would have to be in there in order to qualify for parole, but he at least still has an option, which I think is just absolutely devastating. It's like a closure for the family because at least they have justice for their daughter, daughter, niece, all that. But still, to know that your daughter's killer could come back, get out before
set free
sentence is done. Yeah, that just is, it's devastating to hear. Devastating. I mean, he confessed to it. He fessed up right away. He also confessed to a friend who was one of the who had testified at his trial as well, talking about how he murdered her. I mean, he went into detail, you know? It's not, I don't think that's something that you just go off in your mind and not realize what you're doing until the very end.
The fact that the claims of him being on autopilot, but he just happened to open the one available door to him that happened to be his friend or someone he knew at least. It's like, that sounds premeditated to me. There was some sort of motive there.
There had to
it can't
been.
just, that is not somebody's autopilot. That's not.
No.
That's not somebody snapping. If it was somebody snapping, they would have been to the first person they encountered outside the building, not or in the car or something. It was just, this was to me it sounds planned, premeditated. He should have gotten murder in the first degree, in my opinion. Humble opinion.
I agree. I feel like he should have been charged with premeditated murder right away. I mean, like, the thing is, they weren't friends and stuff, but they knew each other, and he had a lot of issues with his marriage, and he talked to her about these issues, you know? He confided in her about his marriage falling apart and all that stuff, and obviously he's in a very vulnerable state, so he's just a mess of a person. But, you know, stabbing somebody 74 times, that's aggressive, and that is like, you mean to do it. You are angry at this person.
Yes.
You are very angry, and it's just more than just like murdering somebody. You are like making sure that they are dead, and on top of it, he choked her out too. Like, he choked her to death as well. It's very personal.
Yeah, I wonder if she gave him like some sort of advice that he took and it backfired on him.
Maybe.
And so he was angry at her and went to take it out on her.
Maybe.
Or
maybe that is why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just my thought process, because it just makes no sense to me.
It could be, because maybe that's why he went into this whole spiral of, I need to drink all this stuff and I need to take my antidepressants all at once, and, you know, like, get really into it. And it's never been fully verified if he was really trying to commit suicide or not afterwards as well. But that's a little suspicious too, that you went and did this and then you tried to kill yourself as well, you know? I don't know. It's just reading the story, I was like, this is just crazy. This sounds way too personal to just be a random act. So that is the very sad and unfortunate story of, well, not story, it's the very sad murder of specialist Brandy Fonteneaux.
Man, that's crazy. The things people get away with. To me, it's like the defense attorney. It's like the things that they try to feed, you know, the jury and the judge. It's like, why? Why would you want to cut this person's jail time shorter when we all know they're guilty? I don't know.
When you do this horrendous crime. Like, I get it. It's their job and they need to defend their client, but that would be, I don't know. It would be hard to be a defense attorney. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine
either, yeah.
Yeah. All the stuff that you'd have to do. I don't know. But yeah, I don't agree with what the defense brought up as their story, but I don't know. Maybe they saw things that weren't ever mentioned in news articles, so maybe. Who knows?
Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome.
I have a pick-me-up. Don't you worry.
Oh, thank goodness.
You're sad right now. I had a hard time finding something. I was like, what am I going to do? Sit down and watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians instead of doing, podcast research. This is a problem.
It happens. I know.
It's a problem. Yeah. So anyways, here's what I came up with, and I have the Armed Forces Vacation Club for you. I don't think we touched on it but briefly in the past when Lindsay was still doing this with us. I believe she might have touched on it, but I don't think we've covered it in full. Right, Jen? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So let's, with summer in sight and the possibility, fingers crossed, of traveling again, thanks to the COVID vaccine and the COVID passport and all that.
Yes.
This will be a good option for a lot of you and not some of us. So the Armed Forces Vacation Club, it's a membership with the club. It's free to all active duty, Guard, Reserve, and retired U.S. military and civilian employees of the Department of Defense. It's a part of Wyndham Worldwide, which I don't even know if they still do this like they used to back in the day, but Wyndham Worldwide, it's a timeshare. So people
yes.
buy into the timeshare, and it's like, my mother-in-law has one. It's wonderful. It's depending on how much, I don't know how much the base price is, but it could be like 20 grand, right? For this timeshare, and you pay like an upkeep for being a member, a certain amount a month, and you can book your hotel wherever it is that you go, wherever it is that these resorts are, and it's like you're staying for free, but really you're not because you paid for it. But over time, it pays for itself. If you're a big traveler, it really does pay for itself. So Wyndham is one of those timeshares. And it makes it possible to offer like a collection of condominium style timeshare resorts. Now, I have stayed at some of the Wyndham resorts, and they're very lovely. It's a good option. So if you enjoy off-season activities in popular locations without the hassle of high season prices, crowds and lines, or if you can travel on like a 10-day notice or less, the Armed Forces Vacation Club offers an incredible vacation value. Now, you can do a short notice like that, off peak, and travel to certain locations, certain destinations for very, very cheap. Now, you do have to pay your way there.
Yeah.
But the where you're staying is cheap.
Yeah.
Okay. So the availability varies, but frequently includes destinations in the United States, Mexico, South America, and Europe. The accommodations will usually include like a kitchen with a refrigerator, stove, dishwasher, and microwave. Sometimes it's just a hotel, but either way, still cheap. Many military accommodations also include washer and dryers, balconies or patios, and many other comforts of home. So many resorts provide amenities you aren't likely to get with a typical hotel room or motel room, such as on-site recreational facilities, like swimming pools, fitness centers, game rooms, or gift shops, restaurants, and organized activities. Golfing and skiing are available on site at some resorts as well. And then, the attractions around that you're going to go see as well. Now, while accommodations are mostly at timeshare resorts, you will not be required to attend a timeshare presentation. So don't worry. Back in the day, they used to do like the infomercials where it'd be like, attend this, to get this presentation, and we pay for your entire trip, but you have to attend all these presentations. You don't have to sign up for the timeshare, but you have to attend all these presentations.
Yes.
So this is kind of like a timeshare, but you don't have to attend the presentations, but you have the option to attend the presentations if you wish to join the timeshare, which might expand the possibility of going to other places at different times. But the benefit of it is that it's for the armed forces, so you don't have to join the timeshare. Does that make sense? Great.
Yeah.
So now I looked at some of their last minute deals. Their last minute deals are very, very nice, I have to say, but that's just what they are. They're last minute deals. So I would say this would be for like maybe like a retired family, a retired couple, or like friends, single friends getting together, or like people with no children, young couple, because with the school age kids, it's kind of hard to take them out of school. You don't want to do that. It's not very fair. So you have last minute deals. For example, I looked up Fiji, like a 2-bedroom condo that sleeps up to 6 people, 7-night stay for like $370 a week. And that is for the unit. It's not per person. It's for the unit you're staying in. So if you split that in between all those people, you can, fit up to 6 people. That's a great deal.
I mean, even if you went on your own, even that, you said it's just over $300 for the week. Like, that's a killer
for
deal.
The week.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And then they have, for the last minute deals, they had a lot of locations. Some of the locations included like the Canary Islands, Finland, Indonesia, Spain, Portugal, which why didn't we book here, Jen? Because it was in Lagos.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't even think about that either. And it was like resort. It was a resort and they had a pool. I mean, the place we stayed at when we went to Portugal was amazing. It was great.
Yeah.
But this was like, it had a pool and we could have done so much there in the hotel. Anyways, they also have some stateside resorts like, the favorite tropical resort. It's in Florida. Florida's a big one. But there were some on there. I saw like Missouri, Montana, Colorado. Now they also offer R&R vacations, formerly known as like Space Available. It's a favorite among members for its fixed pricing of $379 per week. So $369 for premium members. So it's cheaper. And I'll get into the premium membership. In places like Florida, Montana, Virginia, Arizona, and Idaho. Tons of scenic destinations throughout the country. All low prices for less than $400 for 7 nights. So that's a deal. Renting a car costs more money for the week.
Yeah.
In some locations, I guess.
Yeah, for real.
Now, and then you also have the high demand, where you will have all the same stateside holiday rentals, but at a higher price because it's peak season. The prices vary from as low as $290 to a smidge higher, like in the thousands. But considering that it's peak season, you're not paying the full price a regular civilian would pay. So again, the peak season would be like when everyone's out. All the kids are out of school or like during Christmas time. Yeah. Stuff like that. And there's shorter stays as well. So, and then you have, which you can also do like the short stays. But I mean, it's not really that much of a deal. I don't know. I didn't think so. And then the all-inclusive, of course, it's all-inclusive. It sounds amazing. Yeah. It's a dream of mine one day to do an all-inclusive.
Yeah.
So food, beverage, and other amenities are typically included in the price of an all-inclusive vacation. So the company that does it for the Armed Forces Vacation Club is called Shortside Title. Yeah, and they offer 3 different types of all-inclusive experiences. You have the optional prepaid and the mandatory. So optional means that you are not required to participate in all-inclusive. You will pay a base price when you book with Shortside Title and will have the option to participate in all-inclusive once you arrive at the resort. Now, I imagine for those people that have the optional one and choose not to, they'll probably end up paying more if they choose to do all-inclusive once they get to the resort. So I say just go for the prepaid and do all-inclusive from the start.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Mexico for a 7-night stay. The prices were as low as $250 for the week. For the 7 nights, $250 for all-inclusive.
That's a steal.
Can you imagine that?
Steal.
Yeah. And so some of the other destinations included were like the Dominican Republic, Italy, Spain, and Jamaica. So there was a lot of options there to go. So the standard Armed Forces Vacation Club membership is free. It's always free. but you can upgrade to premium. And the premium membership unlocks discounts that can make vacationing even more affordable. So if you pay, I think it's like 120. So you upgrade for just 120 a year, and you save over $100 when you purchase a 3-year membership as well. So you can do the $120 a year. That gives you, I think it was like a 10% saving on top of what you're already saving. And then it gives you more opportunities for the location and time frame wise. It's like a base pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a base pay. And then you can upgrade, or you could do, sorry, not upgrade. You could do a 3-year membership and it's $250, so it saves you $100
Oh, wow.
in the membership.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I had on this. I thought it was really cool. I've looked into it myself, and when this is all over, I will be heading to like Indonesia or something, because that sounds amazing. I saw the Philippines was on there too. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up real quick because I already forgot. A lot in Europe. You have China, Lebanon, Turkey. So, I mean, and these are all great prices that start, as like I said, as low as like $250. Like I'm looking right now at 7-night stay in Turkey, where the prices start at $379. It depends on what time of year you want to go. But I mean, if you're not in peak season, that's a steal. That is a steal, because we spent more when we went to Prague for 4 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because you think even just $379, that's for the whole week. That's not even just for like per night, you know? Sometimes you're paying a hotel fee that much per night just to stay somewhere. Mm-hmm. So that's really good.
So take advantage of it. This is for, I mean, you can take your friends. You don't have to be necessarily affiliated directly with the military. You can be DOD. You can be friends of somebody who's in the military and they're part of it. Everyone gets to enjoy it, because I mean, it's not fair that the military would get it, but not their family. Like everybody wants to enjoy a good deal.
Yeah, that's nice.
So let's go. Let's go to Indonesia.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's go to, I want to go back to Portugal. Dang.
I know. That'd be nice.
Egypt, Greece. Yeah, let's go.
Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
We're going. We're there.
Let's go. Yeah.
We're taking the podcast and we're going. We're going places.
This is the traveling podcast.
It is.
And we're only going to talk about food.
What we ate all day long.
Yes. I'm so hungry right now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's dinner time.
Yeah. It is dinner time. I have to feed my children before they come in here and ask me for another snack. My daughter has had 3 snacks already. I bought these weird banana-shaped bread things that had something in the middle. I don't know. They were delicious. Listen, if you get the chance to go to Japan, run, okay? Because, I mean, like, run towards it. Don't run away from it, because the food is amazing. What is happening here? The food is so good. Just the weirdest shit ever that you can imagine. It's like, I will eat that.
Put it in my mouth right now.
Put it in my mouth. I'm gonna like it, I promise you. Yeah. I've said it many times, I'm not a picky eater. There's maybe a handful of things that I don't eat, but it's just that I'll eat them if I have to, but
it's fine. You try everything, and that's the best part. You try everything because you have to. You never know.
Yeah. I made Jen eat octopus when we went to Portugal.
Yeah.
And she liked it.
I did it. It was really good.
Yeah. It was really good. Yeah.
Surprisingly.
It's like chewy chicken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I know I've made you try a few different foods that you have.
All kinds of stuff.
Oh, what was the other one?
I was never into seafood before we traveled. I wouldn't really eat it, but everywhere we went, I ate seafood. Shrimp and mussels. Oh, mussels by the gallon I would eat. So good.
Yes.
Especially in that garlicky,
You
buttery
ate shark.
sauce. I ate baby shark.
Yeah. You ate shark in Croatia. Yeah,
Yes.
you did. Don't
I
come
did.
at us because she ate baby shark. Was already dead, okay? What were we going to do? Let it wait. Let it waste away at the buffet?
Yeah, I didn't do it. Yeah, it was at the buffet that we ate at 3 times when we were there.
Yeah, it was like we ate there like 3 times, huh?
Mm-hmm. It was that
really
good.
Food. Yeah. Yeah. Food drives us, people, okay?
Yeah.
You guys should know this. We always talk about food. It drives us. It motivates us. It keeps us going. It keeps us energized. It keeps us happy.
Oh, very happy.
Yeah. Yeah. It keeps us very happy.
All kinds of food.
I'm sad. I'm sad because I just want to eat the food and I can't
go
anywhere.
You will. It'll come to it. This is just a small little bump that you're going to get over soon, and they're going to let you be free again. They're going to just let you go like the bulls. They're going to open that gate and everybody's just going to go.
I'm going to run like the bulls in Pamplona. I'm just going to run. Just
straight for the
run
food.
Towards the food. Straight to the food. That's exactly what I'm going to do. As soon as they let us go, I'm going to be like, excuse me. I'm so hungry. Get out of my way. Yeah. Well, that's what we're going to do, Jen. We're going to join this Armed Forces Vacation Club, and we are going to go somewhere. It's going to be amazing, and I'm excited.
That sounds awesome.
Let me go somewhere, and then I'll go.
Yeah, right. Let us go first so that we can go, because I'm ready. That sounds awesome. Please. Thank you for that information on that free membership provided to military, DOD, and all the fun stuff, and sharing it, sharing the wealth.
Exactly. Yep. Well, that's all I have to say for today. Don't forget to email us at dependencebleeding@gmail.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and send us your stories, military-related stories, questions, concerns, anything you guys want to tell us.
Yeah. Send it to us. Send us your stories and we'll send you a free bottle of murder water.
Murder water for everybody. I just fill it in my backyard.
Yeah.
So the water's not murdery. It's very joyful here. It's kind of salty because it's seawater. But I'll send it to you. Yeah. If you want some sand in it, I can do that too.
Ooh, that'd be pretty.
I'll send you some sand.
Water. Sandy and water.
I'll do a swap with you. If you want to send me something from where you're at, I'll send you something from where I'm at.
I like that.
We should do that.
We'll do it.
Send me one thing from where you're at, and I'll send you one thing from where I'm at.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Email us. Tell me what you want to send me, and I'll give you my address. And then we'll do that. Isn't that great? Great.
I love it.
Jen, I like it. Let's do a swap.
Here we are. I love it, guys. See what you can do? This is what you can do.
Yeah, just no live animals. You guys, it's not fun.
No.
It's fun being overseas. It's wonderful. But when you're out in the Pacific, in a remote location, you don't get good produce. And on top of that, they're charging you your firstborn for it. Mm-hmm. Yes. It's insane. A bag of baby carrots, just like a little bag of baby carrots, costs nearly $6. I try to buy locally as much as I can, but there's stuff that we can't get here, like blueberries.
Yeah.
Blueberries for like half a cup of blueberries, $4. Yeah, and I told my husband yesterday, I said, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to start buying frozen veggies. And we don't like frozen veggies. He likes the fresh veggies. Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's either that or we're going to be poor.
Yeah, that's where we're at too. Frozen veggies, frozen fruit.
Yeah. Also, the steak, forget it. Forget it. It's so expensive. I think we're just going to become vegetarians. But I can't because I can't fucking afford the produce either. We're going to become pastatarians. We'll just eat pasta all day. Yeah. The It's okay. I love pasta, but my body does not.
I know, right?
My body
Rice
wants
and
to
pasta.
expel it immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The struggle is real. We love it, but
the struggle is real.
It's a struggle. But here we are.
You know what? I go to the commissary and I'm like, gosh, I just spent all this money on produce that will probably rot by the time I, pull it out of the grocery bag. And I'm so sad, but then I look out my balcony and see the ocean. I was like, it's going to be okay.
Yes.
It's going to be okay, Veronica.
It's all worth it. There is the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, and it's full of water. Full of ocean water. Yeah. Swim away.
Take us home, Veronica.
I will take you home. Everybody hop in my car. I can fit you all in. We're all going to go home. Buckle up, bitches. Here we go. Ready? Thank you guys so much for listening to us. Jen, that was a great story. I want to know what our listeners think about it. I hope you guys sign up for the Armed Forces Vacation Club. And don't forget to rate us on Apple Podcasts and subscribe wherever it is that you're listening to us, whatever platform. Send us your emails at dependisplaining@gmail.com or your comments on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Let us know how we're doing, and we'll let you know how you're doing. But I'm going to let you know right now, you're doing great. You're doing great. Whatever it is that you're doing awesome.
Yes.
Send me your strawberry seeds. Okay. Jen, don't forget that wherever you go, you can't afford the produce. There you are. Goodbye.
Bye.